What's up, everybody? It's your favorite golden insects, favorite nerd. Today we are looking at Toyworld Shine Bug, which is their homage to Goldbug. I guess it's like a Mini Cooper or something. I really like the car. Looks good. Windows are sharp. Paint is there. We got red. We got black. The headlights are painted. The fog lights are painted. They're painted red, which I don't quite understand. But overall, I dig this look a lot. And it's smaller than the other ones. There's a quick size reference, but it's pretty solid. I love their storage. Like, everything stores so cleanly. But so this tabs in on those two notches there. It's a single piece of plastic, but it tabs in clean, and it's got the dual exhaust there. It looks like a lot of times when weapons are like that, it's like too big. The barrel's too big out of the bag, but this looks appropriate, you know. So cheers to them for that. So there's that. You want to pull this piece up here, get that out of the way, and then you want to pull these windows down, and that is, for me, the hardest part of this entire transformation. And because you don't want to break the window, these tolerances are so tight on all these Toyworld cars. There's a peg that is sitting up in here, and it's hard to get the leverage to get it out without. There it is. So there's that, and there's that. Cool. These become the feet down here. Let's see if we can't go ahead and bring that down. We'll untab this to release that, and then these are the feet. So they're on a double hinge. I've already pretty much extended it. You can split them apart at that point. Bring the feet up. Bring this hinge down around on the other side. Put it like that. Slide it down, and then that kind of is held in there with friction. It's not the greatest, but it does a fairly decent job. Same on the other side. There you go. Legs are done. This part gets a little tricky. Forgive me if I stumble through it. Let's try to get this open and up. These pieces here, just rotate them and try to keep them out of your way while you work. Bring the shoulders up. Straighten out the arms. Bring the fist out. And let's see what we got going on in here. Alright, double hinge this around. There it is. And then bring this up, and then hinge the tire forward. So, see if I can't give it to you cleaner. It's hard to talk through this one. It's a fairly lot going on for such a simple figure. So, like this. Bring that up so that it's flush. Doesn't really tab in nicely, but it does work. And then rotate the tire forward. Open this nonsense up in here. Flip the head out. And then let's get them oriented. So turn this around. And this is where it gets cool, but it also is a bit much going on. So extend all this out. These are on these hinges here. Rotate them in, and everything will move on you because they're on a hinge, double hinge here, and then they slide on that bar, and you want them flush like that. Bring this around, and then, and have you ever tried to work while someone is just in your way?
Can you give me a hand with the mirror?
Where's it go? Over the sink?
Yes.
Yeah. Bring it on in.
Seriously? It's like the worst possible place you could be.
What?
Do you think you can handle the shower curtain?
Sure.
You're an idiot.
I'm an idiot.
Yes?
Well, if I'm such an idiot, then why do I feel like Spider-Man?
Bobby?
Yeah?
Can I bring you some things for the bathroom?
Sure.
What are you doing?
Pooping?
I still have to work in there.
I know. It'll be fine. I'll use the spray.
What you want to do, make sure you fold this piece all the way around. Leave the head up. While you have this configured, sit it up flush against there and rotate the whole piece in, and that should give you the look that you're looking for, which is a fairly decent look, I must say. Fold this piece up to form his back plate, which is nice, and then that comes like this, and then these pieces you have a ton of options with, but you're supposed to cradle these pieces around to kind of hold his back and then clean him up. And there you have him. And he is pretty cool. I love him. I really do. Let's talk about him a bit. So the head sculpt is definitely there. Very cool. I dig it. Yellow paint in there. It's kind of this the same swirly kind of paint that they used on all these, are plastic mold. Some people love it, some people hate it. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. I love how this all sits. It's smart. It's clever. It's new. It's different. I dig it. Like the translucent plastic down there, the paint on the windshield wipers breaking through gives the whole thing a good look. We got red paint down there in the crotch. On the shoulders, articulation for the head is on a ball peg that's on a hinge, so you get tons of articulation out of her. Very nice. The shoulders are on a ball peg on a hinge, so they hinge up and down, and then you get the full use of the ball joint, so that's nice. This one feels much more polished than Freeway or Highway, whatever his name is. We got a bicep swivel. We got basically a double jointed elbow. Basically it's a hinge at the bicep and then a hinge at the elbow, but it cheats basically as a double jointed elbow. Silver paint in there, red paint in there. That looks nice. The tire sitting on there with the rims painted looks nice. The only articulation you get for the hand is a bit of a hinge, and he holds his gun. I actually haven't tested this yet. Not the best due to sculpt, so that sucks. Same on the other side. Waist swivel, good to go. You get a little jammed up there around the end, but within anatomic reason, it's good to go. Hips are on T-jointed. Ooh, no, they're not. Hips are on universals, non-ratcheted universals. So that's cool. Thigh swivel, knee that gets you almost 90 degrees. The paint for the car that we've already talked about breaks up the foot nicely, and for the foot you get a I guess these are supposed to come down. Yeah. You get a, not really anything. You get a little, I guess you get a rocker. You do get the rocker, no real tilt. But yeah, I can dig it. Size comparison wise, he's about the same size as a modern day deluxe and a bit taller than Masterpiece Bumblebee, so I feel like once again he can go either way depending on which shelf you're trying to include him in. Final thoughts wise, I only have a few negatives, one of which being that the tolerances are really tight, so while the transformation isn't difficult in the sense of the tolerances for the most part, it is difficult trying to get it started, releasing that mode. The payoff for that is that it makes for a really good looking bot and a really good looking alt mode. It's just starting the process from one to another can become an issue. The only other issue I have is that things don't tab in exactly the way they should in all places. Like I've had to readjust this a few times. You see I've had to readjust it over here a few times. The feet, getting this to stay locked into there, and there's just a lot of little things like that. These cradle pieces, there's no real way to really lock them into place, so that's a bit of an issue. The paint works, the sculpt works, the mold works, the articulation works, the transformation is fun, the transformation is different, the transformation is unique, it's relatively intuitive. This is a fun toy. Even if you're not in for the whole ThrottleBot set, and I understand why. I get that. This guy is worth picking up if you're a Goldbug fan or if you're just a fan of interesting transformations. This guy is probably my favorite of the set. I can't say anything else but that I highly recommend him. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.